Hey, what's up everyone? David here. We're back and this is the long-awaited news episode for Shin Megami Tensei V. Now, finally, E3 wrapped up and we got the amazing Nintendo Direct on this morning. It's been super fun. Thanks to everyone who tuned in for the live stream. It was a blast. Now, for those of you who weren't able to be here, I am here today to tell you everything that you need to know about SMT V, especially when it comes to the new information that we got today. Seems like the leak that I reported a couple of weeks back was accurate, and the game is releasing on November 12th, 2021 worldwide. So they're keeping that worldwide release, and it is exclusive to the Nintendo Switch. They didn't specify console exclusive, so for now, I wouldn't expect a PC port nor a PlayStation version for this game, but we still have to wait and see. If it happens, I will report on it. Now, just before I get into the juicy stuff and the new information for today, if you don't know me, my name is David, and this channel is focused on covering any type of news when it comes to Atlas, Shin Megami Tensei, and Persona. So if you're into that kind of stuff, make sure you subscribe and ring the notification down below to get notified and never miss out on any type of news. Alright, let's jump right into it. So I have my little notepad here. I watched both trailers. So there was the first trailer. I will link my reaction to the trailer right here. So if you're interested, click the annotation on screen and check out my reaction to the trailer during the Nintendo Direct, being the English trailer. But I also watched the Japanese trailer, which came out shortly after. And I like it. I like everything that I saw. I'm blown away, to be honest. You'll see if you watch my reaction, it was emotional. I adored what I liked, what I saw, and can't get enough of it. So I watched both trailers multiple times. We did on stream, and let me just get my thoughts out of the way first of everything that we can see here on screen. So first up, I really like the models. Like the demon models, they're clearly fully remade. Some of them look similar to what you will find in a game like Persona 5, for example. Others look pretty similar to DX2 Liberation, the mobile game. And it's not a bad thing because those models looks amazing, but they look better, even better, like a fusion of P5 and DX2, but better. That's where I'm at with those models. So they look fantastic. Now, one thing that I really like that we saw in those trailers is the fact that they retouched the older scenes that we've seen so many times in the other trailers, especially the July 20th, 2020 trailer. There was scenes of the protagonist walking in the metro, and you can see that they made the graphics look better. They increased lighting effects and stuff like that, and the main character looks fantastic. Now, we read in the leak that the main character can fuse with a Naobia, and it happens in the trailer. You get to see the fusion, and you get to see the main character, the protagonist, looking fresh as ever in his new form. Now, we don't know if you're going to be able to fuse with this Naobia and revert back to human form yet. That was not shown neither in the Treehouse Live footage nor the Nintendo Direct Japanese or English. So we don't know yet if that's going to be a feature that's available, but it looked amazing, and I really like the new angles on this old trailer that we got. Now, one thing that we could see in certain trailers but not in the treehouse, so I'm kind of wondering if it's just certain demons, is we can see some demons following the protagonist in the overworld. In the trailer, I just want to point out, don't get confused. You can think that it's one of the demons that is in the party of the main character that is following him around. It seems like it's not the case. If you watch the Treehouse Live footage, those demons that are following the protagonist, they're trying to get into battle with him. So think of it as in SMT 4, where you're in a certain map. Let's say you're in Rinroku Underground. Well, when you walk around, a figure, being a demon, might follow you and try to engage in combat by hitting you. This is the same thing. So it's not your demons, your own demons that are following you around. It's demons from the overworld which can try to engage in battle with you if they hit you. Now, that being said, I want to jump into the overworld. Now, the overworld, from what we've seen, seems very vast, very open. We'll have to see if it's like really open world. It really looks like it in a way. The map is looking great. The models, everything around this vortex world looking place is amazing and looks bright, colorful. The models are great, and Naobia running around looks fantastic. So I loved everything that I saw in that treehouse footage. I suggest you guys go check it out. I'll link it down in the description below. King Narukami and I reacted to the treehouse footage, and it looks amazing. So you'll want to check that out for sure. Now, another thing that the trailer unveiled for us is the Cathedral of Shadows. So we saw the Cathedral of Shadows. If you're not too familiar with SMT, this is where you fuse demon. We got a glimpse of demon fusion, which is back in this game. Same thing for demon negotiation, and it looks great. Now the one thing that hit me right away when watching the trailers is that Mido, yes, the man behind the Cathedral of Shadows that has been here responsible for the Cathedral for years now, is nowhere to be found. Seems like he's replaced by some interesting looking figure, shall I say, and it's looking great. I'm always down for a change, but seems like Mido won't be returning in Shin Megami Tensei V. At the same time as the Cathedral of Shadows, we gotta look at Jack Frost's new design. So Jack Frost is basically Atlus's mascot nowadays, and small change for him. As you can see on his hat and collar, there is a white collar around that wasn't here before in his past design. I do have the Fan Gamer little plushie keychain here, and yeah, that white outline was nowhere to be found on either his hat or collar. So we'll have to wait and see, but it seems like Jack Frost is getting a new design and he looks great. Speaking of new design, we also got a glimpse at a lot of new demons that are drawn by Doi, and they look great. I'm a big fan of his style personally. Kaneko has the legacy and he's definitely a legend, but Doi also is amazing when it comes to his design, is in my opinion. I liked everything that I saw in that trailer, so I'm looking forward to seeing more new demons. We know that SMT V will feature around 200 demons, more than 200 is what they said. We don't know the exact count yet, but looking at those models now, it's clear why there's a bit less demons than those 2D sprites for a game like Shin Megami Tensei IV, for example. So those models, they're looking fresh. Cannot wait to see more when we see new trailers and new live streams. Now, of course, we got a glimpse of the battle system too. The battle system is, of course, the turn-based battle system. Now, there is a Kagetsuhi meter in the top right corner of the screen, and we're not too sure what that is yet, but from what we've seen in the Treehouse Live, it seems like you're gonna have certain moves, whether they're special moves or status effect boost or boost buffs and debuffs. They seem to, certain moves, I don't know which ones, they seem to be locked behind Kagetsuhi. So you need a certain number of Kagetsuhi in your Kagetsuhi meter to be able to use those moves. So I wonder what it's gonna be, but it looks like a very promising mechanic. We don't really know how to increase your Kagetsuhi meter yet either. So once again, we'll have to wait and see, but it looks great, and it looks like they basically added a new twist on the press combat system, being my favorite combat system of all time. So I'm really looking forward to hearing more when it comes to this combat system. Of course, as you've seen in the trailers, the battles are also with 3D models. So it's just like in Nocturne, you get to see your character on field, kind of like an over the view style, just like in Persona 5 once again. It looks great, it looks awesome. I'm glad. I had never had any issue with the 2D sprites, but of course now that there is Unreal Engine 4, an engine that allows such performance, it looks great, which is now a great transition for me to talk about performance. Now, from what I've seen in the trailers, both trailers and the Treehouse Live, this game looks very, very good performance-wise. It looks great. It seems very stable. I didn't notice any frame drops. If there was some, they were probably very minor. I didn't notice them. So it is looking great. Plus, the game's not done. It's releasing in November. They still have like 5 months left to work on it. So definitely a good sign here. So for those of you who were worried that SMT V would run bad, I heard some certain people saying that Unreal Engine 4 games are not running that great on Switch. Well, here you go. It looks awesome, and I don't think there's any type of need to worry. So very good there once again. Other little details that I want to go through is, of course, the fact that Ryota Kazuka is behind the music. He's the composer behind this game. We can clearly hear his style in the trailers when you hear the music. Also the battle music, the boss battle music in the Treehouse Live footage. It screams Ryota Kazuka to me, so that's really exciting. Plus, of course, in the Reason of Music concert, Shoji Meguro said that Ryota Kazuka is the new face of Megaton Music, so this is not surprising, but it's still great to hear his new work on SMT V. My chat in the live stream also pointed out the fact that guns seem to be absent in SMT V, so they were a good big feature in SMT 4 and 4 Apocalypse. It seems like they're nowhere to be found from what we've seen yet in those trailers, so maybe that will change, maybe not, we don't really know. We also noticed that the moon phases are back, so that's also another cool feature. If you play Nocturne, you'll obviously be familiar with the moon phases, so that feature is back, and I hope they expand on it. I hope they give us new features and new little puzzles around that. I think that could be very interesting. Now, I'm almost done with the features that we've seen that are in SMT 5, so I'll be able to move on to when will will get more news and all of that stuff in just a bit. Pre-order details, prices, and all of that. I'll get to that in just a sec. To end with my little details, we've also seen that when you're traveling around the overworld, there is certain spheres, or spheres should I say, that gives you that regains your HP and MP, so that's pretty cool there. I enjoyed seeing that. We also got to take a look at a game over screen. Obviously, the person playing on the Treehouse Live attacked a boss and got completely destroyed because he was like level 10 and the boss was like 48 or something. So he got wrecked there. When the protagonist dies, it is a game over. So just like in Nocturne, I know certain people are not a fan of that mechanic. I don't mind myself, but this is something that you can expect in Shin Megami Tensei V. We also got to take a look at the menus and UI for the game. This is where it's the most divisive. Now, clearly, when you look at the combat UI, you can see some similarities to a game like Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Clearly, it's pretty noticeable. I'm in love with that UI personally. I know some people aren't fans of it. I think it looks awesome. When I watched the trailer for the first time, this is the first thing that I said. I said like, wow, that UI looks fantastic. I'm a massive fan. Same thing for the menus. We got to take a look at the menus in the Treehouse Live footage. They look fantastic. So I'm just glad that I'm in love with everything that I saw here today. Now, let's get into the little details surrounding the game now. Not necessarily gameplay elements, but everything around the game. We got a look at the box art with, here's how it looks. I think it looks amazing. I really love the design. There's a lot going on the box at the same time, and it looks freaking dope. Japan is getting a limited edition of the game. We've seen that before. That was in the leak. Well, we didn't see it, but we knew that was coming. This is gonna cost 14,000 yen, so roughly $120 Canadian, around that. Just a quick conversion here. So good price here. I will import this collector's edition if it is not confirmed to be coming to the West, because yes, unfortunately, there was no confirmation that in the West we will get a collector's edition of the game. It will get the same thing. We don't know. Stay tuned. Again, I will report on that if we get a collector's edition, but for now, it is only confirmed for Japan. June 21st is the date to remember, because this is when pre-orders for Shin Megami Tensei V will go live. So if you want to pre-order the game, June 21st is the date. I expect the collector's edition for Japan to be also pre-orderable at the same time. So we'll be sure to tune in for that, of course, on June 21st for the pre-orders. Now, something very interesting that came up on Atlus's YouTube channel, they're doing a gameplay live stream for Shin Megami Tensei V tomorrow on June 16th at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. So yes, I will wake up early and I will stream this show. I cannot wait to see more about SMT V. So tomorrow, June 16th, 7 a.m. Eastern Time, make sure you ring the notification bell and be there or be square. Watch the presentation with me. I think it's going to be a blast. So mark your calendars tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern Time for the SMT V stream. So this is when we will get more news and more details about SMT V. So I will be here to stream that for sure. Now, another thing that's extremely interesting here is that the journalists at Game Informer will get exclusive news and exclusive information on Shin Megami Tensei V every month until release, and they will report on it every single month until release. So once again, make sure you're subscribed and ring the notification bell, because as soon as we get any type of information on SMT V, I will report it. So that's also something very interesting that you guys can look forward to if you're subscribed to my channel. Now, last but definitely not least, make sure you tune in tonight at around 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I don't have the exact date yet, because I will be joined by other content creators to talk everything Shin Megami Tensei V, to discuss our reactions to the reveal today. So that's going to be very exciting. I'm not able to reveal who is going to be on the podcast yet, because I'm waiting for confirmation and the exact time. But as soon as I have the confirmation from everyone, I will let you guys know in the community tab, in the Discord server, and also on Twitter. So make sure you tune in for the podcast tonight. It's going to be super fun. So this is it for that news episode when it comes to Shin Megami Tensei V. I hope you're excited. I sure am. I cannot wait to see more tomorrow, and I cannot wait to discuss with my fellow content creators what we think about SMT V. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like. It helps a ton. And thank you so much for your massive support today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and once again, if you're new to my channel, if you want to stay up to date on anything Shin Megami Tensei Persona or Atlus, make sure you subscribe and ring the notification bell. Take care, y'all. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Bye.